I had my audio shit deafened, so you'll hear yourself twice. Fuck.
Oh no, wait, I do always have you muted.
Dude, it's not the same.
What do you mean? Alright, what maps do we want to do? Or what maps do you want to review? There's Busan Kings Row 66, and Ubis Lee Jiang and Iconball.
Iconball.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's it.
Where the fuck is Jacob?
Traveling to Iconball.
I don't know.
Are we joking off?
Defend objective A.
Yeah, pretty true. Alright. Yeah, we're doing a port camp again, which is fun.
King in here too.
I don't care, honestly. You could just give him the stream link. And then you could watch on there if you want.
Hello.
About time, Jacob.
Jeez, okay. Alright, yeah, we're doing this comp, so we shouldn't be playing this far forward. We really need to use this space here. And play back here, put the round shield there. Farah plays up here, along this wall. Just because they have the May wall, there's two things they can do when they get to this choke. They can either walls off here, or if we sit back here, they hit a wall here, make the rotation right, and then they lose the May wall for the choke point, which is here. So against them, this is very bad positioning. It puts us in the open, and there's not much cover we can fall back to. If we want to go to this cover, we have to fall back all the way back here to get here, but the closest cover to us is here, which they can access from here and have like a May wall, like May to walls off there. So we really shouldn't be playing this far forward. Pulling fire aggressive here is fine, just because you have the right hand cover there. But yeah.
Stream lagging on 144p.
Is it me or is it anyone else? Is it lagging for everyone?
That's fine.
It's obviously just Aether and his 12 like megabit internet.
I
I wish it was 12 megabytes.
Sad. Alright.
Kilobytes.
Spooky,
It's
these
like-
YouTube comments just aren't the same, are they?
Like 6.
Fuck,
No,
posture.
no,
Mate, I don't
It's
even
just not the same.
Mate, I only properly do gaming streams on Twitch now just because YouTube's that dead of a fucking platform currently. I only do it for the high quality VODs and shit.
Yeah, but I can't posture check, so there's no point.
Alright. What is... Alright, I don't know why, but the May hasn't used a wall. Like, this is a great spot for May to use a wall. There, May at least, she can wall off here to here and then just fucking cook you. And that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't be playing this far forward. We shouldn't really fight this, we honestly just need to back off. And honestly, with that charge, you should have died way earlier. We're both down main tank, so, and they really can't get close with the main tank, so we're able to poke them out. They're playing in the right hand choke here, which is good for us, because of our Farah. Giggle shouldn't be pushing up that far, especially with the May still about, and we should just try and hold the point, hold this angle, play around this building here. This McCree's massively out of place, so he should be the next target we look to focus on. But yeah, we should also try and help out Zarya. That was a risky nade there. That's a great sleep on the May. And we really should have tried to pin the May if he had it up. Because I think if we insta-kill that May, the fight was definitely more winnable. But at this point, this fight's lost.
I think we actually still win this.
Nah, you get back and then I think you just back off. I think, yeah. Yeah, you just back off.
Yeah.
On this point, we need to use the high ground to our advantage. Two reasons for this. Because they have the Farah and the May, we can easily set up on this high ground, poke them down here. And then they only really like become a threat to us when they come around here, because this is a good choke point for us, especially with the bridge there, and it gives May a good opportunity to look for a blizzard, look for walls on us, and it's also a good choke point for us to use. Because they're running a kind of close range brawl, they want to come through castle, and that's another good choke point for us, especially when they come up here. If they go up here or up here, two great choke points for our Farah to just burn them down at, and when they even go on at the castle, it's going to give McCree a harder time to actually hit our Farah. One thing we don't want to do is push them inside the castle because of that May, because it's really easy for her to wall her off, and from our side it's really easy to just poke them out while they're inside there. So that's how we want to play this, really. Playing low ground here is just really bad for us since it can speed onto us, and since it's a poke we kind of play it far back like a double shield, double sniper comp. That's a good sleep on the D.Va, and we should use that to our advantage, honestly. I don't think we did much in that situation. We just really positioned ourselves poorly. We should just lose this. A lot of the times with Giggle's play, I think he just wanted to be aggressive, especially with our positioning. But every time we wanted to be aggressive, we just got punished for it. On this map, we always want to come out the left door because of the May. She gets a real easy wall on this doorway and then real easy wall on this area. It gives us cover if we come out on the right side, but it's an easy wall. That grab was a waste. I think we should have really looked to High Noon a lot earlier. They had no cover.
That was when Giggles was spamming me to barrage.
Oh yeah.
Really?
He was like, barrage this, barrage
Yeah.
this, barrage this. He's like, it's huge.
And you know, on the first point where he got like cornered off by the whole team because he went on the flank.
Yeah.
Wait, you changed my name to Spoopy.
No,
Anyway,
Katie did that.
since when? That's when he was spamming I need healing and complaining about not getting a name. I'm like, the fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, ignore me.
A typical DPS me.
True.
I mean, half the time I was a brain dead fucking idiot, but half the time I was just trying to save Giggle's ass, and it did not work out for me at all.
Yeah, so I think I messaged Spooky saying what you should do. Well, look for an early High Noon, aka go through the castle, go up here, set up your McCree here, maybe the round to shield him. The D.Va went overly aggressive and was set up here, so like the D.Va was useless to the team, and we would have made her use her mobility. The cart was around here, and when you're in this position, you have not much cover. You can try and go to here, but that's only a cover they really have, and they can try and go here. And our Zarya was playing overly aggressive, so even if they tried to push our Zarya, they would be in the open to our McCreel. But I don't know why we wasted Grav when they were on the bridge, especially when our team's going high ground. I guess it's just a miscommunication in the plan, or someone not listening to the plan. They do have their own Creel, so going main here is definitely a bad idea as well. If they wanted an early Creel, if we were up here, we would have the cover to go here, or in this building here. But yeah, look how like in the open they are for a Creel, especially here. Like the D.Va's in cover, not a threat. Kree's in the back line, not a threat. They have a Moira, May and Ryan all in the point alone using point as cover. If like with two people standing behind a Ryan shield, that will literally break the Ryan shield, and then you can look to engage off that. And especially when that Ryan shield's broken and the D.Va's nowhere near, we can look for an easy nade as well. Yeah, and that's just a bad grab. That's a terrible one from them. But we should win this fight anyway. They really did just waste the shatter on one single Rhine. It was even though it was a wasted grab, we did get the shatter and the beat from them, and we forced May's wall. May used a wall so she couldn't wall off our Cree, so our Creel was good there. And yeah, that was just a lot of wasted ults from us and them, but we got more, what's the word? More value out for ults. That's it. So them playing here is really good for us. We have these two walls as cover, especially for our Pharah, so our Pharah can just sit up here. We want to look for the D.Va to go in front, because then she's going to not pay attention to the Pharah as much. She's going to have to pay attention to both our tanks on the front line. And she's going to take a lot of damage. So as soon as D.Va comes in front, our tanks can go and engage, get D.Va weak. D.Va's going to be like just in a sticky situation to solve, and then we can look to barrage here.
I think I do, bro.
Yeah. That's a great bubble as well. And that's a fight win for us. Honestly, we should just... Well, we can't really stagger her since she's on point actually, but yeah.
Oh yeah, she just... she looks at Aether and then just...
I mean, it's smart because she got ran off high ground, but yeah. They have Moira and Mail, so honestly, if they want to push through the castle again and look to go up top, they should just speed, call in, and then throw Mail up top. The only real counter ult we have that is like Nano Rhine Shatter, maybe run through the Rhine once the shield's down. Another good choke point for us. I think I did message Spooky at this point and said Nano Rhine Shatter, especially when they're coming through this small area. We have a Pharah to pressure here. We should try and play this close. Because May's in such a small room here, she has to step out off this doorway a bit and be on the front line, taking a lot of poke from our Pharah, taking a lot of poke from our Rhine, and then trying to look for a wall on the bridge here. And really, it just puts me in a bad position. And if we nanoed Rhine in that situation, it will put them in even a worse position, because Rhine has to be a shield bot wall in that doorway. And since Rhine shield's nearly broke, he has to stall a bit. Good handling from them. Yeah, and that's just lost from us. I think we played that way too passive against that team. Especially when we knew, like, their Rhine had to charge a shield.
Wait, don't we hold them here?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So, Giggles goes in first.
They wasted the wall on me.
Yeah. That's such a wasted wall, honestly, for Pharah, even when we're not close to a barrage. Because we have Grav and Shatter, if Ryan still isn't paying attention by the time Aether gets out the door, the Shatter should... maybe Nano Shatter is the only ult we should be using, and then we can use Grab Barrage next fight. But if they're playing grouped up like that, it's another good ult there. But yeah, this should be a win anyway. The Graven, like, was very risky, especially with the D.Va just, like... Well, Zarya going on first, being the only target with a D.Va around, it's just very risky, and their D.Va should have tried to at least eat the Grav. And that D.Va does not want to get fucking staggered.
60 seconds remaining.
Because their cat's here, they're just going to go through castle again. If they go long ways, they just are in the open for our creature to just ult them.
Yeah, I called this like ages ago. I was like, yo, I'm gonna try flank to kill the Kree, because I had barrage. And I think this is where Giggles was like, oh wait, no, he didn't have grab there. Never mind.
Yeah, this is one of the situations where, like, I saw and it was just like, you know, they don't have well, the Lucio's here, but the Lucio should be with them. We killed the main support that they have. That's the main source of healing. The Lucio's just there to really support them, and we shouldn't really push in them. Even though we have a massive pick, we're playing a more poke comp, and against a Mei, she can just literally wall our Rhine there as soon as we go in. And because we don't have a speed, we can't go all in at once with the Rhine. So going in, like, to fight them in here is really bad for us, and we just need to wait for them to back out. Because they still have the Lucio. They overwhelm us instantly if they hit a wall. And look where we have to play compared to them. They're playing around this corner with the main Lucio. They have this cover here, basically. We have zero cover. We have the cover outside the door here, we have the cover here. But if we want to engage on them, we have to, like, step out into a cover. We can go down here, and we're just going to get fucked completely, because that provides no cover once we're down here. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why we shouldn't play in there as well. It's just too tight for us. We should look to go for a barrage as soon as we come out here. Maybe not actually, since the Diva bombed, but I think barraging in the back there was a bit risky as well. Especially when they have the Lucio to speed on us.
Why didn't kills didn't shoot for being walled, but I never got walled
I don't know.
in castle.
I don't think we win this, and I think, yeah, you just have to become a shield bot. Oh yeah, we do actually, we grouped up in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, honestly, it was a great contest with the Ryan McCree. Taking them from two angles was really good there, and yeah, just becoming a shield bot.
Winnie is so slippery.
Yeah, I just walked out and saw none of them were looking at me, so I just left you.
She is.
Like, I was trying to fight her for like a minute in that fight, and she just kept hopping around.
Yeah, a few times I was like spectator, and then she would go a bit too like Reddit Lucio and just accidentally get picked off, and that happened a few times I think. But for the most of it, she is a really good Lucio. Oh. Alright.
Get this on the first push.
Same comps, however, they're playing a BAP, so they want to be more defensive with their comp, and they want to look for survivability over damage, really.
I think I just get a picker and go ultra aggressive.
Yeah, this position is really bad for them, especially against our comp. We're running a port comp again, so we have to be slow moving against them, and when they're doing the Lucio May, they have to play it close. With that comp, it's let me choose a colour. So basically, with that comp, they need to play in the face. So if their team's like playing here, in this square, so that's where the team's playing. This area in front of them is going to be their engage spot, because they're going to want to look for a wall around this area here behind them. So that's how they want to engage. So when they're playing this far back against our comp, that's just free space they're offering us. The May has no pressure against us. The McCree has to position himself here, with no shield, no tanks around him, no real support. So we should just take all the space. It's just free for us.
Yeah, that's why I called it, because I didn't understand why they were playing so far back, so I just told everyone to just space and go left.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand why.
Because of the May as well, we want to push around this way and go from here. I need to get a fucking colour that actually. There we go, use this. So we want to go this way. There's too many choke points to make them wall us, and if we go this way, the McCree's, they're all basically going to be prepared for us to go in. If we go this way, there's only one main choke point here where they can wall us, and there's one here, there's them doors if we go there, and there's this little cubby that they can hide in, but either way, going here is better. We have more space for DPS to move around, and they have little space by playing here, because with our Farah being on the left side here, they have to play in this like little triangle there, and if we push this area, they have all of this really. So yeah, pushing right is really good here, and we have this cover. It's a good pick on the map. The Lucio was practically feeding, but yeah, that McCree's just hard feeding. We have 2 picks, it's still possibly winnable, but if we can burn down shield, it's 1. Or demech their Diva, actually.
Yeah, I demech Diva here, I think, and she comes back up.
Great pick on the Rhine. They wasted an immortality there. the BAP used it on mortality to just try and save a Rhine. So yeah, that's just our hard engage call right there. Kree's not much of a threat, he's playing his own solo game currently.
Get down. Get down. Get down. Give me 20.
So we have ult advantage. They don't. If they're going to play so far back again, we just look for a Creel. Back playing up top is terrible for them. We can, because of our Pharah and our McCree, is just free fire, honestly, and can't really do much against our Pharah. And if he even tries to, like, gun down our Pharah, he's just not going to supply healing to the team. And once again, they're playing too far back. They push up, but it's way too late, and we should really hard pressure the Rhine as his shield's very low. Good shot from them. That's a lost fight for us. I think in that situation we just needed a more definitive plan, really. With Bat playing up top and we're holding this corner, their Rhine like had low shield, our Rhine had low shield, and we have more pressure. We have less cover. They don't really have much cover unless they want to step behind here, which puts in the open to our Pharah. Making the rotation here as Rhine, or going here as Rhine, which I think you want that one. Puts you out in the open. So we really needed a plan when we got here, because we're in a very bad situation since we have so little cover. So yeah, we really needed to do something. Creel just nano around, something like that. We're not really prepared here, I don't think. We went in, we looked for a very early grab, our Ram wasn't set up, they used wall to block off the majority of our damage. This Farrell's very far high because you weren't set up, and we should, like, it's just way too early of a fight to properly use ults. That window from them was very bad as well. We shouldn't have won that, like, realistically, but because they use window, they use bait, the BAP was split from the team. The BAP shouldn't have been playing there, and I think that's the only reason why we won it. I think if the BAP was playing, because the BAP was playing inside this cubby here and using this as cover, that's just bad for him. If the BAP was sat back here, supporting the team while you were in the graph here, he could have lamped, windowed here, and was just mass healing, and I think that's what made him lose that fight. Because our McCree just freely pushed him in the castle. And I think if he played there, that was a definite loss for us. Smart Creel, but we should just res that. We can just let him use ults here. It's not that big of a deal. We had to push a cart there, and we can't really go on high ground without all 6 of us. And I think they used the Mei and Creels there. I think that was it, really. So that's fine. We basically got two ults out for practically nothing. The playing on top here is which is bad again. We can just, well, we should. I don't know how you got picked by a fucking Mei, but them playing up here just gives our Pharah free reign again, because they're not playing their comp how it's supposed to be played. They're playing poke, not close range, especially when we're in a choke like this, and they walled us off here. They should just be able to speed on and just ruin us. It's a good rotation. They should look to window or shatter here. We make them use lamp early, which is a very bad lamp from them. They're all like full HP. So that lamp and window is a really good initiative for us. And we really should have pushed hard as soon as we saw that. Or maybe tried to focus break this wall. And that Ryan practically threw at that point. Farah's basically got 3 picks because Ryan charged forward and we just win this fight off that. It was a good rotation as Farah there. And they were in a tight spot.
I wanted that 6k.
Yeah, we didn't make any mistakes from that push there, honestly. It was a great push from us. Their mistakes made us win now. They're coming out with a small choke here, which we should just mass pressure. We have Ryan Shatter, we have Grav. We can just look to use them. If they push out here, we just create it. But yeah, use Lamp again. They waste Tiny and it's won already.
Another 3 kills for me. 4.
This is a rough point to play Farah on. And their comp really does have an advantage here. Yeah, that's another wasted lamp. Their BAP literally used so many wasted lamps. Like, the BAP used lamp there because he was 1 HP. And he shouldn't have been 1 HP.
To use lamp?
What speaker?
When are you supposed to use lamp? Because I was told that what you just said there, how he used it just because he was 1 HP. I was told that was good. Like, you use lamp.
I'd use it in the middle of a team fight.
Yeah, like in that situation. Okay, where's the Farah? The Farah's back here. If like, where was the BAP positioned? Because that BAP shouldn't have used lamp to save himself. The BAP shouldn't have even been low enough. So we'd push him back. Okay, yeah. See, look, they have a Farah. This is the cover they have. This is the cover. We're pushing up here. Our Farah is here. If BAP goes here, he has to walk here to get to his team, because his team's not going to go the right side here. If BAP wanted to make effective like positioning, when he got to here, he should have just went here to here and then stood here where he could heal. Because if his team wants to hold this corner, they're going to be playing like here. This is where the Ryan shield is. That's where Ryan's probably going to stand. And BAP only needs to stand there. He has cover there. Like, for him to use his lamp there just to like save himself because he outpositioned himself is like the bad thing in that situation. Because look, the team's like full HP. They're now in a small area. They don't have lamp to save them. It's just free reign for our Farah. If the BAP properly position themselves, let's use yellow because this is dark. If he positioned himself there, team stood here, he can shoot them there. Ran stood there, he won't have to use lamp. The only reason he uses lamp is just bad positioning, and that's why like you don't lamp yourself. Like, if you have to lamp yourself as BAP, it's just like your own mistakes that make you really do it, or just like team mistakes. But that was his own fault there. Another thing, why? Because Farah's up here, can only shoot here, can't peek past the corner unless Farah wants to outposition herself. And that's why BAP needs to play there. That's a good bomb. And that's just a fight won from them. It was a good initiation because of the cart coming here. They had 2 main choke points. They have Bait, May, Blizzard, they have 5 ults basically. We're in an ult disadvantage, so we want to look for the early ults here. Picking off the Lucio is great for us. That was a decent lamp for them. It was a good wall as well. We really should have played it slow there. We got the pick on the Lucio, but we're slow moving comp. And they have the better positioning. So yeah, Cat's in a better position for us. Ryan throws. good May Blizzard for them, and now we just have to slow it down. The May wall stops them from damaging us for a long time, so if we just stabilised for just a tad, we win that. That was a good lamp, well, a good lamp for them and a good anti for us. We kill this May, we go on to the Rhine next, and that's the fight one. If they go out the right side here, we look to just shatter. If we go out left side, we can just look to grab it. Either way we can grab it, but I think because it's a small area here, we grab the right side. Great sleep on the Rhine. Okay, that fuck. Okay. I love it. Okay. We go next map. Also Ferrex, Kira does want you to play. For Vixens.
Oh, okay. What, as Hitscan, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on my second monitor while I warm up then.
Okay, that's fine. What map do we want to do next? It's Busan, Kings Row, 66, Anubis, or Lijiang.
We lost Busan very fucking hard. So if one map's gonna teach us like what we did wrong.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
You can't just type in Busan.
I know, I always do that. Literally, if you watch any of my VODs, I'll say, oh, we're going Havana, and then type fucking Havana. Busan, we really had like the advantage.
Right, for someone with a for someone with a fat forehead, you got a small brain.
Fuck off. Alright, we're playing this comp, they're playing that comp. Farrokh should switch to the Reaper here. We want to play grouped. A lot of the mistakes we did on this point was just positioning. Let me get colour. Yeah, so they basically played this extremely well. They rushed straight to point, I think. They sat in this little cubby here, which is great for them. It's hard to get a hack for us. And when they play there, we want to just take high ground. If we go low ground and look to just go on them, our healer's going to be in a bad position. Well, it's going to be hard for the healers to follow up. And if we go high ground, especially if they're in an area like this or in an area like that, wherever they want to play, it just makes our healers be able to get a better position faster. Reasons for that is when they play here or here or here, if we drop them from the high ground, we can choose to drop here or down here, and then our healers can use this little gap down there to position themselves. If they set up, if we dive down here and our healers stand there or there, they're going to be much closer to the fight and we'll have no real cover, and it will be easier for them to speed on one of us. So yeah, we want to hack the Mega, play around this area since we have cover. They go to point. Now, Moira's wasted a fade. She really didn't need to use a fade there. So that's one movement ability down for them. And that's also whether we want to go high ground because of the May wall there. The May can't really wall off when we go high ground. They have the Reaper, so D.Va needs to play more defensively and defend on one key. We lost that because our tanks got low straight away, we got walled off, and then we just basically abandoned our team here. And that was only just because we positioned ourselves bad by going straight to point and getting walled. Playing it close here again, like, so many times, especially here, when we have a D.Va, say if we play the Brawl comp, or any comp really, and they have a May wall and we're walking through a choke, we know they're going to do the wall, so we need to make the decision to bait the wall. If the wall here, that's the wall. If our D.Va goes in first, she gets walled, she goes here, she's going to just go back over, use a jet, and then we can properly push as a team, and that's what we need to do. Even though, like, we could have done this here as well. If our D.Va walked in forward, got walled, jetted back over, and then we group as a team. that's another good like way to counter it.
Get into position.
When I actually said just let them wall me off and I would just jump back over, but Gil's just boost in, which I didn't understand.
Yeah, one of the reasons why we want the D.Va to do it and not you is because D.Va has more control. She has more, like, say if the wall's, like, up here, this is, like, the top of the wall. If you're jumping, you'll be literally just going up here like this. If D.Va's jumping, she can go, like, straight over and take less damage because she will be in, like, the open for a short amount of time. And because they have the Reaper, like... yeah. You'll just get bursted. So yeah, this push, we go high ground, make the Mei wall useless. We want to look to hack either the Mei, the Zarya. Zarya's the easiest hack currently because she's spread out from the team, so we look to hack the Zarya, and then we go hard on the Rhine. Because of the Reaper, D.Va has to be matrixing our Monkey because that Reaper is going to be straight on our Monkey. So we really need to support our Monkey and just play it very slowly. And just look for any picks because our Reaper is going to be our main source of damage because of the D.Va supporting the Monkey. Good pick on the Mei. Zarya used both of bubbles. Great slam from them, but the call saved us. We should focus on Ryan here because he's already low. Okay, that's quiet. Nah, don't think we can win this. So what went wrong? Okay, let's... Alright, so Zarya used both of bubbles, which is really bad for them. Their Mora is split off. We're going for multiple different targets. So we really don't know who to go for.
I just remembered Busan was the first map, right?
Mm.
I was on constant 300 ping the entire time, so I had no fucking idea what was going on at all.
Got you, okay. Alright. Taking that into consideration,
Hey, so when are you never on 300 ping, dude?
True.
What?
When are you ever on stable ping?
I mean, most of the time I went like 120, so 300 is pretty bad for me, even.
Dude, if I was on 120, I'd start crying.
Yeah, true.
120 isn't too bad, it's a bit jittery, but 300 milliseconds ping is literally people teleport. That's all that's happening, like shit is just teleporting all over the place and I'm rubber banding back and forwards, it's not fun.
Alright, taking that into Shut up.
What's going on?
Alright, taking that into consideration without the ping. That was me telling you to shut up, sweet. Alright, the Reaper was stood here, Lucio's here, very bad position, and our tanks are basically back here. And yeah, they're just so spread out. They focused down our Reaper, Lucio's half HP out in the open, our tanks are playing back, Mora's now on a flank, and we're not really focusing on a proper target. We've used Bubble, but we're not using it to our advantage. We're trying to kill the Lucio, or D.Va's trying to kill the Rhine or whatever. And yeah, we just played so spread out, that's why we lost. Why is this only one?
In Spooky, I did forward keep throw when I was on 800 ping.
Well, yeah, but...
I actually almost killed our entire team because I lagged out and I couldn't block the D.Va bomb because my game just kinda died.
They've used the wall, but so that's an advantage for us. We shouldn't have used bomb that last fight. We could have like went over the top, impeded it, and then bombed here or here. Really, like that would be good. I think if we went top here, dropped onto point here, and then we saw, I think we bomb it first down here or down here, because you know they have no cover and they'll be running to either one of these sides to look for cover, and then we look for an EMP, so either one of these sides will get caught off by that. And I think that bomb was really a waste. It wasn't really a fight one. Moira out-positioned herself, had to use her mobility. We burned down the bubble. We should kill this Rhine. Okay, yeah. I think we just got so split on different targets is the reason why we're losing this. And especially the ping. Yeah, we're not winning it.
Score 0-1.
Alright, I'm gonna do this. Well, yeah, I'll do this fast because Vixen's. Where are we? Okay. We're doing a port comp again. 2 advantages from playing here. One, I don't know who left, but I think. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, 2 advantages for playing here. They have a Mei, so they're going to look to Mei wall. We have a Pharah. This is a lot of cover for us. They don't have any ranged DPS to counter our Pharah. So if we play this slow in this room, and just look to flank our Pharah, we should just win this. There's so much cover. They have so little range and so little space going in this area against a Pharah. We push in slowly, flank the Pharah, and we just win this. Zari's also split away from her team, which is something to note. She used a personal to get charge, and then is just backing out already, so she's not playing with the team there. Great fire strike, but that was a good wall from them. Mei wasted cryo, and yeah, our Pharah just wins that really. Zari's not using the bubbles effectively.
I think I actually blocked like 2 shatters on this map. That was not on purpose. So I was lagging out and just holding the right mouse button in hopes I shield something, and he just decided to press Q at that moment.
Yeah. So on this point, because they have the main Reaper, we want to use cover effectively. If you think about it, this is cover for us, and this is cover for our Pharah, especially this big massive fucking thing over here. So we use this to our advantage as well. We want to play in this corner here, because when we back off, we have this cover here, the cover from that building down there. Our Pharah has cover all this area here, especially from the trees. If they switch to McCree, which I'm pretty sure they do, like it's harder for them to shoot the Pharah. It also means if they try and look for a Mei wall, our Pharah can just boop them there if they get a wall there or something like that. Boop them back, give our round some survivability, and it gives them less space to move themselves. Because they want to look for space. They should go main here, look for space when this change to McCree. Set up here, play it slowly, but yeah, it's hard to go against a Pharah again with that comp. Alright. So they have a McCree now, so they want to go main. If they go right side, they're throwing. And we need to hold this main. So they're going right side, our Pharah has an advantage here. And that was just... Well, our Zari couldn't see the Pharah bubble the Mercy by accident. Risky shatter. Yeah, backing off is the correct play. We have the advantage because they're in a choke point here. They can't really hit a good wall, because if they try and wall us here, we can drop wall a bit back, maybe there. We can drop down here, drop down there. The only wall they can hit is there, and we can use these 2 small spaces as cover. So yeah, they've used the speed as well, so that's why they're waiting. And yeah, because we have far back now, we're just pressuring them out. They're looking for the right side to cover, which puts them in a bad position as well because of the 2 choke points they can come out of against Pharah. And they should look to go main here. Are they making a bad decision again? We have Grav this time, so it's a win. one of the reasons why this comp is just so bad against our comp is because they need the McCree, they need space for the McCree to get value against our Pharah, but then they need an enclosed area for the Mei to get value against our like front line and get value from the wall. So they want to use the Mei and the Lucio to speed on, look for a wall, but when they do that, the tanks go way too far forward. McCree has to stay back to counter the Pharah, and then at that point they're just so split on the Pharah and then the front line from getting a wall, the comp just falls apart.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
We lose Mega Base, right?
Yeah.
No, didn't we stomp Mecha Base?
I think you did at the start. Yeah, so we really shouldn't play Pharah on this map. It's just not good. There's too much. Well, it's close quartered, but wherever Pharah flies, she's always going to be in range. So there's too much cover for them to like hide behind and use, and just rotate around. And there's like not much for Pharah to really hide or hide behind. Where to?
Is your mic up your nose?
I think. Alright, going here is fine. We have.
Just stop breathing.
It's what happened when I used my vape.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, playing this side's really good. We're playing poke, so we want to play range. They're going to drop down here, and now it's time for our tanks to actually get value. So they want to speed out and look to go on our tanks, and our tanks are in an open position right now. Zero cover on either side. The cover's here. The tanks are playing there. That's where the cover is. You're going to take too long to get there. Play here because there's that cover there, and then they can try and push onto you, but they'll be stuck in this small area for so long the Pharah can just easily poke them out. It also gives our McCree more space to look at and more space to move around.
Also, I don't know why they went there. I thought they would just speed on the point from high ground and just run over us.
The reason why they couldn't do that is because if Pharah's playing here, we're playing here. For them to do this rotation puts them in the open, so they basically have to make all this rotation all around here to maybe go high ground or maybe go here, and then like it puts them in such a like in an open area for so long, going all this around because there's no like cover from above. But by going in here, you have cover until you step outside of it, and we can't push in that area. And if we do push in that area, we're dead. So yeah, we play it close here, and Pharah should be focusing at these doors, and then fucking cook them when they come out. It's a good wall from them, but thankfully the moving walls dropped in time. This Moira's feeding, she should die sooner. Another reason why they lost here is because when I was listening to the comms, the Ryan didn't call their engagement, Ellen called their engagement, so Ellen went in first, took the brunt of the damage, and then Ryan went in. So it was a pretty scuffed attack from them. When they come through here, we look for a Farrell. If they go through there, we look for a Farrell. That's all we need. Because these are two big choke points, we don't need big ults like Gurav Barrage or anything like that. They try and bait here. Moira's already used a healing orb, so she's not going to have that down. So we need to take note of that for next fight. Because Moira will only have healing from her ult if she uses her ult. That's an advantage for us. They tried to debate us there. Our Zaru was in a bad position, not playing with our Rhine. I should have been playing with our Rhine. Good Farrell to like keep him back, honestly, and there's a good bubble on that as well. We've made Mei use a cryo, so it's already a fight win, and their Moira really isn't getting as much use as it needs to be. Ryan drops early, that's bad for them. They're in a really bad position here because they're near two choke points where they have to go through to get cover, and our Fire gets the advantage. And honestly, this is just stalling their death right now. We should really just go on this Rhino Diva first. They're the closest and they're really the biggest threat. It's decent. Mora should die there. Mora's 1 HP and she should be the next target. She survives way too long at 1 HP. D.Va should be next. And then this McCree's basically throwing and yeah, doesn't survive long. On that push to them, they should never have capped that point. We shouldn't have let them cap the point. Like, they went so far away from this point and in such a small area where they should never have been able to get on point for so long just to cap it. Or well, we shouldn't have abandoned point for that long.
I think that was actually screaming to don't let them cap.
Oh. Here, depending on what they do, they should look for an early wall here. If they can, a wall here. If they speed onto us, we can look for a shatter. If Rhine runs past our Rhine, or we just nano Rhine or barrage it. I think if May wastes a wall, we just nano Rhine. But if like, yeah, I don't think the nano Pharaoh is the play there. Especially with D.Va, it's really easy for D.Va to eat the barrage and a choke point like this, because there's only one real like player she has to look to eat. So I think if we nanoed Ryan there, maybe even barraged, it would have been better than just barrage and then nano in the Pharaoh. Questionable. Okay, wow, that was fast. Alright. 5 minutes till Vixen's game, so I need to go for that, and so does Ferox. And Spooky, I think.
Yeah, I think like someone's gonna have to move me in. Bryce, can you do that?
Oh yeah. Alright. I'll in stream small.